Hello, everyone. Welcome to our new podcast for seniors, the Early Bird Special. My name is John Russ, and today I have with me Dylan and JC. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, I'd love to. My name's Dylan. I'm a senior. I'm a computer engineering major. I have a minor in Spanish and digital media. Um, I love working hard. Love problem solving. Um, Big snowboarder. Like to play basketball. I could go on, but I'll let JC.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is JC from the Bronx, New York, and I'm a computer science major. And
Good. A little introduction. Hope this goes well. I'll get right into it. So this is presented by Stories of You, which is through a presidential grant. It gives us the opportunity to have these conversations. So the first question we get into, so what's one moment of challenge or a hidden struggle that stands out to you in your life as a student? How did you navigate it? Are you still navigating it? Would you learn anything about yourself from going through it?
One word for me: perfectionism.
Perfectionism.
It's something that I struggle with. It has to do with academics, personal life, everything. Um, I'm one who just loves nailing down every last detail. Like everything has to be perfect, and it's definitely something I'm still struggling with. But I am taking the steps to sort of solve that, and I'm just trying to go with the flow more and take it easy on myself and like understand that not everything has to go according to plan. And honestly, meditation helps with that a lot. Doing the things I enjoy, doing things that puts me in the flow state. You know what I mean? You ever you're doing something and you're enjoying it so much that time just flies by, and you're almost not even thinking. It's just you're just doing and being. Doing stuff like that helps a lot because it kind of just grounds me.
Yeah, it pulls you down.
Yeah.
Pulls you down to be just kind of mindful.
Yeah.
For where you're at in your state.
Exactly.
So has that changed going on from year to year, from first year to now?
Absolutely, yeah. I would say even up until my junior year, I've always been so motivated by grades. I have to get a 4.0. I need A's in everything. I need to ace. And kind of just been trying to let go of that this term and still try my best, but give myself time for things that I enjoy and spending time with people I enjoy spending time with, you guys.
yeah, kind of bouncing off what Dylan was talking about, I think my biggest struggle definitely stems from kind of picking a major and then while in that major feeling like it's the right one for you and it's something that's going to kind of push you in the future. So I started off as an econ major, and I slowly realized it wasn't for me after taking a couple of classes. And I remember just kind of taking a intro to CS class once because it was part of the SET requirement.
Yeah.
Which I'm thankful that Union is a liberal arts school that requires you to take classes from different subjects. And I took this intro class, and I think after that I kind of realized wow, I didn't do good in the class. It wasn't I got an A and I was oh my god, I was made for this, right? I think I might have ended with a C plus, and I was you know what? I really learned a lot. I enjoyed it. I found myself staying up later just to get an assignment done, not because I had to, but because I wanted to.
You're passionate.
Yeah, I was I definitely saw a passion in computer science, and I think that passion is what led me to switch over, even if I was oh, a lot of people oh, it's harder. Oh, why did you switch? And I never felt me changing. I never regretted the decision. So yeah, that was a big challenge for me. Even now, because sometimes you'll take a hard class and you're not the smartest kid in the room, and you're damn, is this for me? Should I keep doing this? But we're getting there.
Yeah. So did you come into Union declared as an econ major, or did you come undecided and then switch into econ?
I believe I had come declared as economics.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, no, I came here undecided, so I wasn't really sure what I was going to do. I'm a double major of economics, classics, and a minor in psych, so I kind of got different things going on, but I really didn't know what to do, so I understand, finding that feeling. Or I noticed I ended up becoming an econ and psychology double major when I first came to Union, and then I realized shortly, I was yeah, I'm not doing well in psychology. I got to flip the script a little bit. But I ended up finding a love in classics just from filling out gen ed requirements. And then next thing you know, I'm like, oh, I can do this and go for a double major and pick up Latin for some reason.
That's cool.
But yeah, so it is really different. Union being a great school to find passion in just about anything.
Exactly.
It's really cool to hear about how you were struggling in that first class, but still had the passion in it to, like, you know what, I want to go do this. So it's really cool. Not a lot of people might be able to see or look past.
Yeah. Can I add on, just say, like,
yeah,
I feel like another struggle with a lot of people is, and I felt this, and it sounds like you guys, like, you felt this, is, like, feeling stuck.
Yeah.
And, like, I feel like it's so easy to forget sometimes that college is literally designed for you to figure out what you love and, like, what you enjoy, and that, you're never set in stone. Like, you can always switch your major like you did, and just, like, explore different things. I know I did a lot of exploring, and that's part of the reason why I'm so happy right now, is because, like, I really took the time in college to, like, experiment with different things, like, try out different majors, different clubs, different friend groups. Like, it's really just all about experimentation. It comes down to it.
Awesome. So since we're all seniors here, how does it feel to be seniors? Is it exciting at all?
I guess I'll start for this one. I will say it's exciting. I think a lot of what happens kind of every year is, first day I'm like, why am I back? But then after the first week and after kind of, pushing through whatever people call like syllabus day here, I think after that and you're like in class, you kind of get that rhythm back. It always just feels good to be back. You see people, but particularly this year, I would say I feel like I was kind of excited. I don't know. I sound ashamed to say it, but
no.
I actually was actually excited to come back and say, like, oh, it's my senior year. Like,
woohoo.
It's crazy. Yeah.
No, that's really cool. It's a good feeling.
Yeah. I gotta say, like, I was nervous going in senior year, like in the summer. I didn't know what to expect. Like, I don't know, just the thought of graduation and this, and that. But then, like, I've honestly, it's been so amazing. Like, every aspect of it. Like, I feel, like, ready and, like, just happy overall. And, like, I definitely don't want to leave this place. Like, it makes me sad to think about. But I'm just trying to, like...
You don't got to worry about it right now.
Yeah. Yeah. So, just definitely trying to live in the moment.
Yeah.
While I'm here.
Good.
Yeah.
Are you guys stressed at all going forward? We're in week 4 now, kind of getting in the swing of things.
It has caught me by surprise, I'll be honest. Like, I was thinking about it, I think yesterday or the day before. I was like, whoa, it's week 4. Like, it's crazy. And once this podcast is out, it would be like week 5. So, I don't know. I think it hasn't hit me yet, just because I don't have midterms until next week. So next week I'll definitely feel that stress, but up to now I haven't. I've been kind of just really taking the time to just take everything in and enjoy.
Yeah, I feel that. Midterms are starting to creep up for me.
Yeah.
Next Friday, so.
You got it.
I'm feeling good.
Yeah, honestly, this has been, like, my least stressful term so far. I think it's nice. Yeah, it's because, like, I worked my butt off, like, the first 3 years. And I'm still going to continue to do that, but, like, I'm starting to, like, see things come together like a puzzle. And, like, I'm trying not to get complacent, but it's hard because, like, I have this, like, post-graduation, like, plan and this vision, and I don't know, I feel like I could, like, slip up a little bit right now, and I would still be able to, like, go through with that plan, but I don't know, like, at the end of the day, like, I don't want to get complacent, like, I want to
stay hungry.
Eat up.
No, it's hard to do, especially since you said it's your easiest term, which I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
I mean, I have finished my econ major and my minor, so I'm only working on my classics, so I kind of feel, not this is the lightest term, but it's definitely easier than it could be. But then also I'm pairing with thesis and that experience for the first time, so that's really a lot. I feel like it's, even though I'm not meeting as a class, I really have to do everything on my own in my own time and really manage it. It's like, I feel like I'm taking 2 classes, but really the third one is just every day and stuff like that. So it's definitely an interesting interesting feeling being a senior.
Mm-hmm.
So what are the guys' projects that you're working on for as a senior? Do you have anything going forward towards that? Or have you finished that? Isn't it like a capstone, I believe, or something like that?
Yeah, so as an engineer, we have a senior project, like a capstone project.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in the middle of making this this exercise form analyzer, and it specifically looks at you deadlifting, and it you like prop up the camera, and you do your deadlift, and it'll tell you like whether or not your form is good or bad, and if it's bad, it'll tell you what it is wrong with it. And we're pretty far ahead so
That's
far.
awesome.
I'm working with Nick DeBase. Shout out Nick, and Michael Aquari is our advisor. Shout out to you guys, the goats. But yeah, it's something I'm like really passionate and like excited about, that I want to definitely like use as an outlet to like use this project as an outlet to like bring it to life and like hopefully to the market.
Awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
Sounds like a really cool idea.
Yeah. Thank you.
I would say I probably should have started first because mine is definitely not as interesting.
Nah, don't.
I actually don't have a thesis. I
Yeah.
think for CS majors this year at least, just because there was like a lot of students in my class. I think all we have to do is like a guided research, which is like a one-term research that you kind of help a professor, and mine starts next term. So
Okay. So
as of right now, this term I haven't really been focusing on that.
No, that's good, but I mean that still will be a lot when you get
Yeah.
to it. You know, it's, for doing any private research or under a professor like that is something you don't want to take lightly.
Yeah, I guess I'll let you guys know next time. How it goes.
Yeah, you're gonna have to come back on.
Yeah.
But the next thing I want to get into about, what are some of the goals that you have for this term or possibly this year, like later on?
You got an answer?
I mean, I guess Dylan kind of touched base on it, but it's like making sure you stay hungry, making sure you're like, it's so easy when you like certain things like post grad are like already aligning so
Yeah.
early on, and it makes you forget like this is still just another school year, and you kind of have to treat it like there's another one right after, even though there isn't. So honestly, I think that's like the biggest thing I'm working on in both senses, like this term and the whole school year, is just making sure that I'm staying on top of things, making sure I'm not like leaving things to last minute, you know,
Mhm.
treating it just like any other year.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, I'd have to say my goal is like very similar, like stay on top of all my academic stuff, but also like touching back on what I was saying about like the balance, like being able to work hard academically, but also like give time for myself to, you know, keep my mental health in check, you know?
Yeah, very
Do things
mental.
that I
It's very
enjoy.
important.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So, I'd say some possible goals going for this year. I mean, especially after graduating, it's kind of scary. You know, think about it. Yeah, you're going to be in the real world. Really have to, you know, if you aren't going to graduate school, you're kind of on set for the rest. You know, find out what you're going to do. So
Scary.
it is pretty scary.
It
I'm
is
not
really
gonna lie. But it's hard to balance. Now you have to, it's a regular school year, but you also have to look forward ahead and see what you are going to do. You know, because making certain decisions now would benefit you later going out of school and stuff like that. So it's good to hear that you guys are both on the path and want to stay hungry for this year.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is something that surprised you about Union, or what did you learn about yourself over this time, these past years?
Got me with a good one.
Stumped
Yeah,
you.
that's a good
I told
one.
you I had good questions.
Do you have an answer?
For myself, yeah, something. I was actually talking about it with my parents
Yeah.
the other day. I felt like I was a mature person coming into college, but going to college and being on your own really is something that you have to experience. I feel like going as a person, or something about setting yourself away from your family, being able to see, how would you respond and growing up by yourself or doing your own thing. You know, coming to college, I feel like I was pretty mature, but every year I learned something new, just from everyday interactions with people throughout the dorms, different rooms, every class, to getting my papers done and thinking, wow, I actually wrote something that I'm proud of, you know, or that I did work that I could look back on and I want to share with other people. So I think I really was surprised about how much I could learn, you know, and now seeing the world, I see the world in a completely different lens, which I think to Union and just the opportunity that I've gotten to be at this college. I think, you know, going to college teaches you so much, things that I would have had no idea, going out in the world on its own. And like if I could talk to myself being a first year, say just let it happen. It's gonna it's gonna be scary. There's gonna be highs. There's gonna be lows, but you're gonna learn a lot and be a better person at the end of it. So that's what I would have to say. Does that help at all?
It does, yeah. It sparked a lot of ideas.
Well, go ahead.
I would say like I learned how hard that I can push myself. In high school, like I was the type of student to just get by, and like I always thought of myself as like dumb, and I couldn't really. Thank you, appreciate that. I learned that through the union, through you, and through the stuff that I've done, like my classes and just extracurriculars. Like I learned that I can actually like do a lot, and I don't know, I've been doing good in my classes, and that's been really nice because I never thought I'd be able to like achieve the things I'm achieving. And also I didn't realize like how much of a leader I was, and I still have a lot to work on. I think like nobody's perfect, everyone has stuff to work on, but
very true.
Yeah, like I never realized like that I would be able to like lead other people. I always thought of myself as like a follower, and yeah, union has given me like all these opportunities to lead first years.
Yeah, as a mentor, it's huge. I'm experiencing that right now. It's definitely a big leadership role.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, union's awesome.
Go you.
Yeah.
God, Chargers.
Yeah, I would say like you, John. I would also have considered myself kind of coming in to college very, mature for my age, but I think looking back, I realized that I was very mature for like the circumstances that I had grown up in, right? So, I grew up in the Bronx, and for that lifestyle, like I was mature for my age, but then coming here, it was definitely like a shock factor. It was like
different area.
It was like a
culture.
whole, the ocean like opened up to me, and
yeah,
I realized that a lot of the things that where I thought I was in reality, like compared to a new scenario, maybe I wasn't really there. And over the years, I feel like I've definitely gotten back to that place where I feel like confident in my ability, confident in myself, and feel mature way past kind of where I was when I first came in.
Yeah. Let me just ask you this. So do you feel like you understand yourself or know yourself better than when you were at that position before you went to college?
Yeah, most definitely. I feel like it definitely comes from a lot of like the people here.
Yeah.
Everyone's like willing to talk, everyone's willing to share. And I think I did my part and I listened a lot of times. And obviously I didn't take every advice that was given to me, but there was definitely like some people who just stuck out and gave great advice. And when you were back in your dorm, by yourself, really nothing to do, and you stop and think about what they told you, you realize a lot, you learn a lot about yourself. And that was definitely the biggest thing for me that I'd say now is I think I know who I am.
Is there any advice that you would give to yourself for a first year coming in?
Get out of your comfort zone. Get out of your comfort zone and learn that nothing is permanent. Everything, you can always change your path. You can always change who you surround yourself with. Going back to what we were talking about before, like I switched majors like 4 times until I found computer engineering. I probably had like 3 different friend groups since my first year.
Yeah.
And it's just about like remembering that you're not tied down to anything or anyone. Like if you can like self-reflect every once in a while, or like you should do it pretty often, it's like ask yourself these important questions like, am I really happy right now? Like, is this the path I want to go down? Do I want to be like the 5 people who I'm closest with? Like, could I see myself being them? 'Cause if the answer is no, then you should reconsider who you're spending your time with, because you're the product of the 5 closest people to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like nothing is permanent. You gotta get out of your comfort zone sometimes. You gotta like trying new things. You never know what you'll love. Like
Very true.
I grew up. I loved like dancing at just like my family's get-togethers and stuff like the weddings and stuff like that. I never saw myself like actually like performing, but some of my closest friends like started dancing in their own club, like JC, and I decided to join the hip hop club.
There you go.
And that was a lot of fun. During high school, like I knew I always wanted to try out like acting, but I was afraid to, and I decided like college now's the time to like experiment, especially at Union. Like nobody really judges you. Like there's
open community.
It's an open community, so I was like, you know what? Now's the time. I auditioned and I played the part of Demetrius in Midsummer Night's Dream.
Awesome, man. Yeah.
So yeah, like really, you can things you might think that you won't enjoy, you might enjoy. Like why not just try it?
It's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, especially speaking to that in friend groups.
Yeah.
Friend groups change every year. Even though our campus is 2,000 and change, there's a lot of kids you can talk to. The other kids, you just mingle and go from class to class. You don't know who you're going to be friends with by the end of the time.
Yeah.
It's very true.
Yeah, I remember like literally the first day of like pre-orientation, I walked into this like lecture hall where like we were first meeting up, and I just sat down next to this guy and we introduced ourselves, and we ended up being like really close that whole year until he transferred schools. Like just saying hi to someone and like starting that interaction. Like you never know if they'll be your best man at your wedding. Like
it's very true.
Yeah.
I guess some advice I'd give is definitely ask questions in class and go to office hours. I know everyone hears it time and time again, but it's
scary.
It literally is. I mean, as a computer science major, and anyone who's computer science listening will know, if you've had Chris Fernandez, you'll hear his $80 story, where if you were coming to class, you'd have to give 4 $20 bills. You'd better ask the questions you want to ask. And I think after taking his class, I realized ask the questions you need, because literally you're only helping yourself. There's no harm in asking what you don't understand, or asking something off topic. Sometimes is fine too.
Just
as long
asking.
as long as it's helping your knowledge and your understanding of things, it can't hurt. And trust, there's someone else in the class wondering the same thing. Just scared to ask.
No, literally,
and I think I realized that a little later on. I wish I would have kind of started my freshman year with that idea of being able to ask whatever, or ask any questions, because it would have helped me a lot more. Mm-hmm. Also, going to office hours, I don't think my first year I ever went.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
And honestly, I probably should have been one of those kids that was going.
Yeah, I feel that right there with you.
I don't think people realize professors actually love when you come to them
I know.
for help.
Yeah.
Sometimes they might seem like they're frustrated or whatever,
or scary.
Or scary, but they love that. That's why they do what they do, is to teach.
To help.
Yeah, to help.
Yeah, so definitely I would extend to use office hours. I started doing it my sophomore year, and I was like,
yeah,
what am I doing? Why didn't I do this?
Yeah.
So, is there anything else you guys like to talk about, bring up?
I will say, now that it's my senior year, I remember hearing someone tell me, it's your last year, start revisiting, start strolling around campus, start taking your time.
Take it in.
Yeah, taking it in, because it's going to be the last year. It's going to go by fast, and who knows if you'll be back to see it, observe it, and kind of take it in again.
Yeah.
And I will say I'll definitely be strolling around Jackson's Garden a lot more this year. Hopefully, fingers
I know, it's
crossed.
a beautiful place.
Yeah, it's so beautiful, and I feel like I would be there my first year, and I was like, such an undervalued place. I'm gonna be here all the time, and then I don't think I ever went back. But no, it's such a great place, and even things like the writing center, a lot of things that are offered for us students.
A lot of resources.
Yeah, that we don't take, that we do take for granted. We should definitely start using them.
Yeah, I'm meeting with a librarian on Monday to help do a research for thesis.
Is that your first time?
It's my first time doing it.
Hey, it came through though.
Yeah, so that'll be good. But it's good to use those resources.
For real.
But definitely check out the resources if you're in need.
Yeah, tons of resources.
Writing Center. I mean, Wicker Wellness Center has therapists there, the therapy dogs there.
Yeah.
They have the rooms you could just check out and, chill out.
Oh, really? I didn't even know that. You see what I'm saying?
Now you can now grab contraceptives and Plan B and stuff like that for free from them.
I'll
awesome.
go and take like a stress ball sometimes,
Yeah,
just because they're so fun to play with.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
mean. You just really, you just have to be willing to look.
Yeah,
The
that's
school
very
definitely has
true.
a lot of
Yeah.
resources, but sometimes it takes another person to guide them to that too. You know.
Yeah.
But-
Can I sprinkle some more advice?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is
man.
like, well, this is prevalent because Union is such a small school.
Yeah.
But also, like, this is just as a human, like, just be kind. Like, don't badmouth people. Just be nice. Like, it literally takes more energy to be mean to someone than it does to just be kind. And, like, I don't know. Like, kindness just, like, spreads like a wildfire. Like, I don't know. It's just,
Spread the peace.
yeah, like, life just feels better when you're kind. So, yeah.
That's a great tool. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Then is there anything else you guys want to say?
We'll say thank you, John, for having me.
Well, yeah, thank you guys for coming on. You're more than
No,
welcome to
thank
come back
you.
on again, and we'll be doing this every week. You guys get different perspectives, and we're gonna be doing different events around campus. So definitely pull up to Stories of You and get a little video take. We might be doing a time capsule for
Okay.
our grade.
Perfect.
Dropping it off.
That's
It's in the
cool.
works right now,
Awesome.
but so maybe like 10 years, you'll get it back. And
It's
be like,
crazy.
"Oh,
I can't even
God."
think about
Yeah.
how far ahead.
Yeah.
Like,
I know exactly. It's scary, but something to keep out for. We'll be doing different things, and hopefully, you guys come back on. Maybe we'll have you guys back on. I mean,
Let's go.
next week, or it might be next term to hear
Who
about
knows? Yeah,
what we're going to
exactly.
be doing
Gotta
for
catch up.
research.
Heck yeah.
So,
all right.
I want to thank you guys for watching. This is our first episode of the Senior Podcast, the Early Bird Special. Thank you.
Thank
See you guys.
We love you, John. We love you guys.